Aladdin's story. Many years ago, in a city in Arabia, there was a boy called Aladdin. He lived with his mother in a little house near the market, and they were very poor. He was a lazy boy and he did not like to work. He only wanted to play all the time. One day, in the market, there was an old man in long black coat. The old man looked up and told that Aladdin's father is his brother. He is Ebenezer, Aladdin's uncle. The next day, Ebenezer arrived at Aladdin's house. Tomorrow, he invites Aladdin to get a new jacket and offers Aladdin, "Do you want to have a shop in your own market?" Aladdin smiled. Early the next morning, Ebenezer arrived at Aladdin's house, and then Ebenezer and Aladdin walked to the market. After walking to the market, they went to see a beautiful garden, more beautiful than the garden of the Sultan's palace. If he wanted to enter that beautiful garden, he had to like a fear and say his father's name and her name. Finally, the beautiful garden was seen by Aladdin with the spell "Abracadabra" by Ebenezer, but Ebenezer only used Aladdin as a tool to get blame. For 3 days and 3 nights, Aladdin sat on the stairs and waited, but no help came. On the third day, he remembered Ebenezer's ring on his finger, the ring to protect him. There was a sudden noise, and blue smoke came out of the ring, and then out of the smoke came a big genie. Every day after that, Aladdin rubbed the lamp, and when the genie came, one day Aladdin heard a noise in the street and stopped to listen. The Sultan's daughter is coming. He heard Prince Badr al-Budur is coming. After that, Aladdin told his mother and wanted to propose to the prince, but the proposal was not easy to pass. Aladdin had to fulfill all the requirements asked by the Sultan, and finally Aladdin managed to marry the prince with the help of a genie. After want to live life with the prince, Aladdin meets Ebenezer again. Ebenezer still wants the magic lamp. So Ebenezer returns to Aladdin's village and finds out where Aladdin has everything, including a beautiful wife. Ebenezer did not accept and wanted to take everything from Aladdin. When Aladdin was not at home, as a result, when Aladdin returns, he is shocked to see that everything is gone. But over time, the magic lamp and his wife returned to Aladdin's hands.
Ant and Grasshopper. Once upon a time, in the beautiful spring, a grasshopper danced and was singing his spring song. He saw an ant and asked her, "What is she doing?" "The ants are gathering food for the coming winter." But the grasshopper laughed and kept on entertaining itself, and a few days later, it started raining heavily. The whole jungle became the swamp. There was no food available anywhere. So the helpless grasshopper came to the ant's shelter and pleaded. Now the grasshopper had understood why the ant was working so hard in the spring. The ant finally offered him food and shelter. Now the grasshopper had realized the value of hard work. town mouse and the country mouse. In a story tells of two mouse. The first mouse is the town mouse and the second is the country mouse. They are old friends who rarely see each other. Then town mouse visit country mouse house in the village. When he arrived at his best friend house, the country mouse, they hug each other to let go of their longing. The country mouse greeted him with a variety of food that he had grown himself and took the town mouse around the village. But town mouse is not happy because in the village he feels the place is dirty and the food is not good. Then town mouse decides to go back to town and offer country mouse to visit his house in town. The country mouse agreed. After some time, the country mouse came to town and he saw the food and transportation in the city. I almost got hit by a country mouse, but it didn't happen. He arrived at the town mouse house and was greeted with a warm hug and invited him to the house large dining room. The host saw them and the host got angry and hit the town mouse and the country mouse. They then ran for safety and away from the dining table. Gasping for air, they stood. Then town mouse took him again to the big supermarket, but in the supermarket there was a guard cat and kissed them. They also survived again from the cat house. But the country mouse found a place but its mouse trip. Luckily, town mouse stopped then and they went back to town mouse dirty little house. The country mouse is disappointed because city life is not as imagined and instead makes him more comfortable in the village where he lives. The country mouse finally decided to go home and said goodbye to town mouse. Done.